to
Yeah.
record on. Well, namaste and swagatam. Before we start, I'd like to call on Pandita Ratna Singh from South Africa to chant a prayer. Pandita Ratna, please go ahead.
Namaste, Ashwini Bhai. Namaste, Professor.
Namaste.
Professor G. Namaste, everybody. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Let us pray. Om Swasti na Indro Vridashrava Swasti na Pusha Vishwadeva Swasti nastariksho Arishtanemihi Swasti no Brihaspatirdhadhatu Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
everybody. Today we shall take up some questions which were left in the last discussion session. I would also like to give certain views on a very long question put up by Arun Jain. He wants to know whether gunas that are associated with rashis, zodiac signs, they are also consistent with the gunas that are described in Bhagavad Gita. I say no. Those are the different things, and Bhagavad Gita's gunas or whatever in Sankhya Darshan it is there, these gunas are associated with Prakriti. In Prakriti, in this Prakriti itself, these gunas are there, and from Prakriti, these gunas are reflected to the things made up of Prakriti or the product, all products of Prakriti, whether it is our body or whether this material world outside. So those are different gunas and these are different gunas. And according to if somebody is having tamoguni vritti, tamoguni attitude or tamoguni temperament, another person is having sattva-guni temperament. So we cannot say that he is bad or he is good. We can say that this is some lower level, higher level, or you can only call it that he is at tamogun level, he is at rajogun level, and so is at sattvagun level. But we are required to transit from tamogun to sattvagun. It is our choice where we want to stay. If we want to do progress, then we will have to come up. So just like the students are there in the class, some student is getting 40% marks, another is getting 50% marks, another is getting 90% marks. So we cannot say that a student getting lower marks is bad and getting higher marks it's their standard, how they are performing. So this is a type of performance. So these old systems, because the spiritual power, the Brahman, it is existing at Sattva Guna level. So you cannot attain Brahman or you cannot attain the Paramartha, final moksha, we say, by sitting at level of tamogun. So you will have to come forward and leave that stage and you will have to come to the sattvic level. So this is all our choice. Then Usha, okay, I think this answer was in which language did the seer got that information in Samadhi? As I told, there is no language is required to know the knowledge, to imbibe the knowledge or attain the knowledge, but language is required when the knowledge is transferred from one person to another person. Sound script came very late. Yes, no doubt. When the Vedas, we cannot say that scripts came very late. The scripts, when Vedas were in Shruti Parampara, even then the script was there. When the language they started, seers started imparting, passing on language from one person to another person or to the future generation, although it was in Shruti form. But in Vedas itself, there are so many indications that their script developed at the very level itself. So after all, no doubt, these were documented later, this all, but when the language comes, it scripts also comes. So the language, the script, it is as old as the Vedas themselves. Then we were discussing something on free will, and there was some suggestion. It has been from Professor B.K. Kotalia, it has been argued that there is no absolute free will. Will originates from a thought, and thoughts are actions of the mind conditioned the past exposures and current ecosystem. So now, whatever the thoughts are there or the past systems are there, whether we are going to get conditioned or we are not going to get conditioned. Free will, if we say that free will is not there, so in the similar ecosystem and in the similar exposure, environmental framework, if everybody will think the same way, then we can say that there is no free will. But the same ecosystem is there, same environment is there, and different people, they are thinking, they are acting, they are behaving differently. This shows that quite free will is there. And so far as our past actions, past karmas are there, our present system is conditioned upon them based upon our past thoughts or karmas. That was also our free will. Because of our free will that we uh, you know uh, applied in the past life, we have maintained certain sanskaras. And those sanskaras, they are so forceful, they are so much forceful that they are still our guiding force. So just like you make a house of a particular style, then you will start living in it. So you can't say that I am bound to live. That making your own house, it was also the result of your free will. So far as the actions are concerned, free will is always there. You are not bound. If you are bound by your own sanskaras, that is also your free will. But you can transcend those sanskaras. If you were not able to transcend the sanskaras, what will happen? You cannot move from tamas to rajas and rajas to sattva. So then certain species, they will always remain in darkness, and certain species, they will never get moksha. Because this whole procedure is there, you can transit from one stage to another. Because of that free will, you can apply, no doubt. The dharma shastras are there, they are guidance for how you behave, how you act, how you do interact with people in the society, in state and everything. The guiding principles are there for your progress, spiritual progress and upliftment. But it is also your choice whether you go by them or not go by them. So far as actions are the, there, you are free to act. But in only human life, because this human life is both karma yoni as well as bhoga yoni, but at lower species, you are enjoying or you are getting the rewards of your actions. That is only the bhoga yoni. You are doing bhoga only. You are not doing any new act. But in human life, you can do new acts also, and you are doing bhog of your past actions also. So at this stage, the free will is there. That is why it is said that this human life is the rarest one. You cannot achieve in a very simple way, so you will have to live a life of a very rigorous life and very disciplined life, so that the next life also we can attain the life of human being. So but so far as the fruits of the actions are concerned, or the rewards of the actions are concerned, there is no free choice. Whatever we shall do, we will attain that one only. And how, in what way the rewards are received? In Patanjali Yoga Darshan, Patanjali clearly says, Ayu bhogaha, in the form of your age, in the form of your physical health, in the form of what you are doing bhoga. Your karmas, they are transferred into that system. You get a particular type of species. So it is not there that now somebody is killing you and you will be killing the same person in the next life. No, you will attain the species in consonance with your karmic sanskaras. Then there your age in that species, then whatever your physical health in that species, that will be decided according to your karmic sanskaras. So this is the whole procedure. And how do we call it? A free will. Now, just a minute. I have just,
Acharya.
yeah.
So you talked about free will, and I just wanted to follow up. I know that the concept of free will in English, we use that term quite liberally, but I know in Sanskrit they have different terms. So I wonder if you could just expound upon that. I believe one would be Purusharth, the Svecha, Swachand, and possibly other ones, Swatantrata, perhaps.
Yeah. Yeah, there are many terms in Sanskrit, just like Swachandata and Swatantrata. Swachanda means you are acting as per your own will. Swachanda is in some negative sense, we are using it. And Swatantra means we are independent. Swatantra means we are not dependent upon others. That is Swatantra. Swatantra means we are acting by our own system and we are not dependent upon others. That is the meaning of Swatantra. Swachanda means whatever we think we can do. But this system, what the free will that we are using here, it's in different connotation. It is not that it doesn't align either with swachanda or with swatantra. So those are different words, have some different connotation, and free will has a different connotation. Just like we are, we are not bound. If somebody bound you or force you to do some act, so that will be not a free will. Means we are not bound by anything or by anybody to do some work, but we can do our own whatever we want to do, and this free will if it is guided by some moral principles, ethical principles, whether you adopt them, whether you go by those moral principles or ethical principles, that is also your choice. Means there are so many things scattered, so good or bad, you choose whatever you like. So choice is ours. Free will means is our choice, our choice. Whatever we want to do, whether we want to do good acts or bad acts, but the result will be defined, and that will be awarded to you according to our karmas. So this is that. In that sense, we are using it. And now there are other questions. Just a minute. I have questions. Yes, after that, there somebody has also quoted this Mamaivansho Jiva Loke Jiva Bhutah Sanatana, like that. This has been. In fact, this is Mamaivansho Jiva Loke Jiva Bhutah Sanatana. This slok of Bhagavad Gita has been quoted by somebody. So Mamaivansho, generally the people translate that the entire living world is my ansh, is my part, is the part of me, like that. Means the entire living world is the part of Brahman. Like that is it translated. But we must understand that the direct translations or direct meaning is not applied even to the Vedic scriptures or to Bhagavad Gita or Upanishad. When we say that Jivo Brahmaiva Naparaha, Jiv is Brahma and nothing else. So that you cannot directly say that Jiv is Brahman. Everything is to be translated by way of a suggestive meaning, or lakshana we call it. Lakshana. Lakshana means just like I say somebody, oh, he's a lion. So that person never becomes lion. Why I'm calling somebody as a lion? Because certain characteristics of lion, they exist in that particular person. Similarly, when we say that this jiva is Brahman, it means certain characteristics of jiva, they align with the Brahman. Just like Brahman is Sat, Jeev is also Sat. Brahman is Chit, Chetana, pure Chetana. So Jiva, the soul, is also pure Chetana. But there are so many other things which are not those characters they of Jeev, they do not align with Brahman. Just like Brahma is creator, he is a sustainer, he is the destroyer of universe. So Jeev is not like that. Brahman is all having all knowledgeable, but Jeev is not all knowledgeable. Brahman is omniscient, Jeev is not omniscient. Brahman is all bliss, Jeev is not all bliss. It's facing pain and pleasure as per its association with Prakriti also. So Shankara also in Vivek Chudamani, he clearly says that this ekata, this unity of Jeev and Brahman is defined through Lakshana, not through direct meaning. So Lakshana, and he calls there three types of Lakshana. I have completed this Vivek Chudamani's English translation. It has been published. And he clearly defines the Lakshana three terms: Jahat Lakshana, Ajahat Lakshana, and Bhagatyaga Lakshana. Jahat Lakshana means when you compare two things, then you are going to drop the contradictory characteristics. And Ajahat Lakshana means when you are going to compare two things, you are going to include the similar characteristics. So Shankara says, if you equate soul with the Brahman on the basis of the contradiction of their characters, it is not possible. Then he says, if you equate Brahman and soul on the basis of the similar characteristics, that is also not the proper thing. But another lakshana is there, bhaga tyaga lakshana, means you apply both the system, you drop the dissimilar characters and you adopt or you accept the similar characteristics. Then the Brahman will become Jeev is Brahman. That means certain qualities of Jeev, they are identical to with Brahman. And just like these Mahavakyas are there, Tat Tvamasi. He says, Tat means that Brahman are you. That never means that a person has become Brahman. Just like I told you are a lion. That never means that person has transformed into a lion. Tattvamasi means some of your qualities, your natures are equal to Brahman. I am Brahmanasmi. I am also the spiritual element. I am also Chetana, just like Brahman is. So these type of sentences, they mean these things. So Mamaivansho Jiva Bhuto Sanatana, when it is said, Krishna says that this entire living world, it is the souls of the entire living world, they are of the nature of Brahman. They are Sat and Chit. Like that he wants to say. So next one is, I think I have explained it. Then construct individual decide sources can be released in empirical evidence, society, family, cultural, educational. Yeah. See, please note that registration. Now again, there are two questions raised by Bhanuji, and these are from the early Vedic period to contemporary time. The meaning of Ved has evolved immensely and carries different meanings among many Vedic scholars and philosophical schools of thought. From early chanting and memorizing of Vedas along with rituals, from cosmology to philosophy, etc., the Vedas are now seen as the ultimate reference point for truth and dharma. We may ask, what truth, whose truth? This battlefield of interpretation among the esteemed scholars leaves the learner confused and wondering what to accept. What did the Maharshi intend to convey? Has been every Vedic scholar's endeavor. Yeah, it's a very deep question and good question. From the very early stage, there was that Vedic tradition that we call, there was no such evolution of thought type system is there. From the very early stage, it has been accepted that Vedaha apaurushaya. Any bhashyakar is there. You go by Sayana, you go by Venkatamadhav, you go by Swami Dayananda. So far as the Vedic tradition is concerned, there is only one definite rule is there, that Veda apaurushaya. And what the Vedas they are going to convey from Manu, starting from Manu until date, it is said that Vedo Akilo Dharma Moolam. Veda is the source of entire knowledge. So the word dharma is also used in many senses, in many significances. Dharma means knowledge. Dharma means gyan, dharma means the duty, dharma means moral, ethical values. So in many sense, the word dharma has been used. So when Manu says that Vedo Akhilu Dharma Moolam, that is also mean that Veda is the source of entire knowledge. So this is how, but in later stages, people got confused. They were not able to translate Vedas properly, and even some stage comes during Yask. Yask, an ancient Vedic scholar, he himself says that there are so many scholars during his period. They started saying that Vedaha nirarthakaha, these Vedas are meaningless, they convey no sense, only the ritual aspect is correct. But Yask also says that that Vedas, they convey three types of senses. So now you are asking that what is the ultimate truth Vedas pointing out? What is that truth? So the ultimate truth is three things. One is Brahman, another is Prakriti, and third one is souls. So Jeev, Brahma and Prakriti, this is the ultimate truth. And Vedas, they give us the knowledge of all these three things. So Yask says either the Vedic ritas or Vedic mantras, they point out adhyatmic sense. Adhyatmic means spiritual aspect of this creation, or they point out the Adhidaivik sense. Adhidaivik sense means the astronomical aspect of this universe. And Adhibhautik sense means whatever is happening in the social aspect, political aspect, or the mundane aspect, it is pointing out. So when this creation was created, it is based upon three things. One is Prakriti, another is soul, and first one is Brahman. Brahman is the efficient cause. These souls or time, whatever we say, these are simple cause, and this Prakriti is the material cause, because this whole universe is made up of Prakriti. So this Prakriti is the simple cause. So this is how the Vedas, they intend to tell this truth, this ultimate truth, that there is the existence of Brahman, there is the existence of Prakriti and its manifested world, and there is the existence of souls. So these three things are the subject matter of the Vedas. Now, how does the curious inquirer and learner navigate this quagmire of interpretations? So simple thing is there. There are the Vedic interpretations can be of three types. Just as I told in the example of Jeev and Brahma, Vedas, they can be translated through Lakshana, through suggestive meaning, not through direct meaning. The intended sense of Vedas can be obtained through suggestive meaning or Lakshana, figurative meaning. Alankar we say, because Shatpat Brahmana, one of the Brahman text belonging to Yajurved, it clearly says, Proksha Priya Ivahi Devaha Pratyaksha Dvishaha. Everything stated in that scriptures, it is indirectly, it has been stated indirectly or in a figurative manner. No direct statement is there. Similarly, the Purva Mimamsa book is there. Purva Mimamsa, it is one of the philosophical texts that people used to say that defines the Vedic Karma Kanda. But that Vedic Karma Kanda is a different aspect. In Purva Mimamsa, Jaimini says, Chodana Lakshano Artho Dharmaha. Chodana means Veda. Lakshano Artha, the lakshanic meaning or figurative meaning of the Veda is dharma. Means the knowledge from Ved can be derived through its figurative meaning, not through the direct meaning. So, if we apply the figuration or the figurative system to the Vedic mantras, then one mantra it will give you 10, 12, 20 senses. And if the direct meaning will be applied, then only one mantra will give you only one sense. So, because the Veda is the storehouse of all sciences, so that storehouse can be extracted from Veda through its figurative meaning of the mantras. So that is the way of interpretation, and this way of interpretation has been sanctioned in Brahman text and even by Yaska, the ancient most Vedic scholar, because he says that Vedas can be interpreted three ways. In Adhyatmik, they have three, every mantra or the mantras, they can have three senses: Adhyatmik, Adhidaivik, and Adhibhautik. Adhidaivik means astronomical. Now, again, one more question is there. Veda, the term, has evolved with multiple perspectives over years. No, this way the term has not evolved with multiple perspectives. We can't say the term is there, but the people they have multiple perspectives have been associated with this term as per the wishes and the choices of the persons. Is it not likely that in rapidly fast changing environment we are experiencing today and with the digital culture and AI that there will be reinterpretations of the Vedas through new lens and future thinkers? Yeah, Ved, as I told, it's the knowledge of creation. Whenever this knowledge of creation will be updated, so certainly the knowledge of Veda or the interpretation of Ved can be updated. If we have some less knowledge, because it depends upon the knowledge of the interpreter. Suppose that somebody is translating Veda and Vedic mantra is talking about physics, biology, but he doesn't have the knowledge of biology, so he cannot extract or interpret that biological sense from that Vedic mantra. So he will translate it in simple social terms or some spiritual aspect only, but that scientific aspect he can't do. So, the interpreter of the Veda must also be a scholar of many sciences, then only that exact knowledge will come out. So, this will continue because Veda has always been a mystery. Why the mystery? Because we are not, until and unless we are able to understand this entire universe, the mystery of the universe, we won't be able to understand the mystery embedded in the Vedas, because Vedas are the theory and this entire universe is the practical. Kanad in Vaisheshik Darshan, he clearly says, Buddhi Purva Vakya Kritir Vede. In Vedas, the writer or the author of the Ved has applied his mind while writing these mantras, because whatever is stated in the Vedas, the same thing is practically found in the universe. Means the author of the Veda and this creator, both one and the same person. That is why, because if the same person is writing the theory and same person is developing some machine, so his theory will be in conformity with that practical system, the machine developed by him. So long as we won't be able to understand this creation properly, we won't be able to interpret Vedas properly. Its one aspect can be interpreted easily, that is Adhyatmik. Adhidaivik aspect, if you are not able to explore the entire universe, this cosmic world, so that cosmic translation will not be possible. Adhibhautik, so many sciences are there. Physical, chemistry, zoology, biology, and all these things, these aspects. So if we are not able to understand them properly, though the Ved will also not be interpreted. So this will continue. And one more thing, in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Vedavit aham Vedanta krita. The Brahman is Vedavit, means this Veda belongs to the Brahman, and Vedanta krita. He is going to end the Veda. Vedanta krita. What is the meaning of Vedanta? Generally, we use the term Vedanta, everybody says. So Vedanta means end of the Ved. How the end of the Ved will take place? When, because when you will attain moksha, then this knowledge of Ved will no more be required. Why the knowledge of Ved is required? Because this knowledge of Ved is going to help us to achieve our goal. And when that goal will be achieved, then that knowledge will not be required. So Vedanta means the destination, that we have reached the destination of moksha. Just like suppose we are studying, pursuing the study of some class. So the subject of that class, the books of that class will be required so long as we pass that class. And whenever we pass that class, we do not refer those books. So similarly, Ved is referred to by us so long as we do not attain moksha. When a person attains moksha, this knowledge is no longer remains relevant because its objective has been fulfilled. Just a minute, I have lost that.
Bhairavi, I
Mhm.
see we have Parul Bhardwaj with us today.
Yeah.
She had posted a message there a week ago. Parulji, do you have a follow-up question? I guess not, so you can go ahead.
Okay. Just a minute. Let me. I think this uh, question of Ved. Okay. Now we'll proceed further. This is again, I think, from Bhanuji, and she says, in the context of dharma, Krishna in chapter 335 of Bhagavad Gita. In fact, we are also launching Bhagavad Gita course from the end of the Feb, I think. You can join that one also. In context of dharma, Krishna in chapter 335 Gita cautioned his own innate nature and natural abilities, and not to be misled by paradharma, another's duty. However, in chapter 1866, Krishna said, Swadharman Parityajya mam ekam sharanam vraja. So this slok is commonly translated, abandon all varieties of. What is the usage of dharma in this context? Well, actually, as I told, dharma means duty. Mostly in Bhagavad Gita, the word dharma is used in the sense of duty. Dharma also means justice. Just like dharmo rakshati rakshitah. If the justice is, justice is protected, then that protected justice is going to protect the people. If you are not going to impart proper justice, then there will be anarchy in the society. In fact, that sloka of Bhagavad Gita, Dharmo Rakshati Rakshita, it has been borrowed from Manusmriti himself. And Manusmriti, these Smriti texts are the text of law, we can say law. So when Krishna says Swadharme Nidhanam Shreyaha, he wants to advise Arjuna that because you are an Kshatriya, so you think of your duty. You are to protect this society from the rowdy peoples, from the ruler who is going to be unethical, who is not following dharma, because a ruler is supposed to be the representative of God. Why the ruler is supposed to be the representative of God? Because in God's rulership, this whole creation is there. And that ruler, he is to apply, he is to implement the same rules as the God has implemented in this creation. So God, king or the ruler is supposed to be the representative of God. So you are a Kshatriya, you think, you concentrate yourself in implement those rules implemented by Brahman. So don't think of others' duties. Don't think of other type of duties. You concentrate yourself only to the duty of a Kshatriya in this battlefield. And when again he says that Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mam Ekam Sharanam Vraja. He wants to say, because by that time Arjuna got confused. He's not thinking of one dharma. Sometimes he's thinking of as a he's thinking that my grandfather is fighting with me and I will have to kill him. What type of dharma is there? Family dharma is there. Sometime he is thinking, oh, all my friends are there. So that mitra dharma is there. Sometime he is thinking that there will be the blood shed on the entire earth, and there will the survival of the people will not be uh, possible. So that way he is thinking about only dharma, the moral, ethical values. So Krishna says, you are confused with various types of ideas. So leave those ideas and Mam Ekam Sharanam Vraj means you do whatever I say. You do whatever I say. You leave everything up to me. Whatever guidance or command or the way the path I'm showing, you walk on that path. It's just like somebody get confused and he goes to some learned person, that what the learned person will say, you leave whatever you say. You don't think, you stop thinking and you do what I say. So that was this type of statement. Sarva dharman parityajya. Because there is no one dharma. There is apad dharma, there is mitra dharma, there is family dharma, there is a rashtra dharma, there is a varna dharma, there is a ashram dharma. So many dharmas are there. Now, so in a different framework, you have different duty. Pati patni dharma. In your family, you have duty towards your wife, towards your husband, towards your children, towards your elderly persons. Then samaj dharma, in society you have so many types of duties, rashtra dharma. So he is talking about those duties. So don't think of your duties, include the duties of all frameworks. Now you concentrate upon only the Raj Dharma or Kshatriya Dharma. So just like in Ramayana, before Ram, the question arose. When Sita came and Ram started ruling again, somebody came to his court and he said, no, Sita was with the Ravana for 13 years. So how can we say that she is chaste and how you have adopted? Then, although Ram believed that Sita was chaste, she was not corrupt, nothing happened. But what happened? Then the two dharmas came before him. One is Pati Dharma, family Dharma. Sita is there. Another is the Raj Dharma. You will have to listen to the public and you will have to act. Either he will have to live the Raj Dharma or he will have to live the family Dharma. So the question arose, which Dharma is the significant one? Raj Dharma is above the family dharma, or family dharma is above the Raj Dharma. So because as per Dharma Shastra, Raj Dharma is above when you are a king. So then Rama had to order Sita to give Agni Pariksha. So that is the same problem is here. Krishna is saying you are a Kshatriya, and the main thing, your Raj Dharma is there. You will have to act according to the Raj Dharma and leave all dharmas. So Sarva Dharman Parityajya, that is the meaning. Oh my Lord. So now again, after this we have okay ji, Vedic scholars. Vedic term has evolved. Oh, okay, Dharma question has completed. Now, somebody is asking about the Kal. Time Kal as per Vaisheshik Prarth. Kal thing is also discussed by people. I think Ashwini Bhai, next discussion class, you can give a presentation on Kal system, our Indian calendar system. But let me clarify here, the Kal is of two type in our system. One is Murta Kal, Murt and Amurta. Murt means manifested time and Amurt means unmanifest time. And our Upanishad says, our text says that with the origin of the sun, the Murth time starts. Murth means calculable time, the time which we calculate, as in start from Truti. Truti is the 33,750th part of the second. When the sun originates or sun is created, after that the Murta time or manifest time or calculable time starts. And before the sun's creation, the time was in unmanifest form, but we were not able to calculate it. So far as the Murt time is concerned, or we can call it Vyakta time or Avyakta time. So far as the Murt or Vyakta time is concerned, I think Ashwini ji will give a presentation on that. But for this discussion only, I'll, confine myself to the definition that time is of two types, Murta and Amurta, manifest and unmanifest. So, before creation, the time was unmanifest. Before the creation of sun or stars in the universe, and after the creation of stars, time became manifest or calculable. So yes, it has been so many things have been done here. The Kal is also discussed in Vaisheshik Darshan, because Vaisheshik Darshan is the physics of the existing universe. It deals with the physics. Different darshanas, they deal with different things. Just like Yoga Darshan means disembodiment, how the soul gets disembodied. Sankhya Darshan means embodiment of soul. Nyaya Darshan means research methodology, how to acquire knowledge, what method should be applied to knowledge acquisition or cognition, what we call. Then this Mimamsa it deals with the actions of the Brahman, actions of the human being, and Vedanta deals with that Brahman, that ultimate reality. So different subjects are there for different darshanas to discuss, and these whole 6 darshanas make the entire system of creation one. Means it has been divided into 6 systems of thought, the entire creation. So Kal has also been discussed there, Kal and Dik, everything, because Kal is Brahman, just like the Brahman before creation is Brahman, pure Brahman. But Brahman of the creation is known as Ishvara. Similarly, before creation, Kal is known as Akala. Akal means timeless time. There is no time there. And after creation, time becomes time. Then in the chat group, stay all clearing doubts, especially Satyarth Prakash. Namaste all for clearing doubts, questions because so powerful for seekers. Satyarth Prakash question by Kaivalya Upanishad name God as a Kalagni because he is the dissolution of the time. Okay. Achar chapter 2, upbringing children to be initiated with the structural societal values. What about past karmas and environmental influence, friends, media? Okay, Almirji has a question here. Chapter 2, in the upbringing of children to be initiated with structural societal values. What about past karmas and environmental influences, friends, media, etc. on the children as he grows experiencing outer impact? Does the soul attract to the parents or the parents just welcome whose desire is stronger or karmas? It's also a very good question. A soul, every soul has particular sanskaras. And a soul is to get birth as per its sanskaras, because before getting birth, the soul is bound to go as per the sanskaras. So, our Shastras says, suppose the parents, they want to invite in their house some godly soul, divine soul. So then you will have to create that type of environment so that that soul may find the conducive atmosphere for its birth. Because so long as that conducive atmosphere as per the sanskar of a particular soul is not available, that cannot take birth. So you can't say that within 13 days or 10 days a soul gets birth, just like the seed is lying. But so far as the seed is not getting the conducive atmosphere for its growth, it will not grow. So similarly, what Swami Dayananda or our Shastras mean to say, if you want to have a soul with particular sanskar, scholar, if you want to have your son as a scholar, or a brave man, physically brave, or some scientist, or some whatever way you think, suppose some dacoit is there, he wants that his son should be very intelligent in doing theft and all these things. So you can create that same type of atmosphere in your mind while begetting a child, and your environment also, the same soul will take birth. So after taking birth, because soul is going to be influenced by so many things, so its prominent sanskaras, either if its sanskaras are very prominent, very forceful, then it is not going to be influenced any type of the sanskar in your house or environment or the ecosystem of your house. It will be led by its own sanskaras. Sometimes there is no prominent sanskaras, or all some sanskaras are at the same level, some 20, 21 like that, 1 or 2 degrees difference. Then the existing ecosystem, it is going to influence the soul. So that accordingly the soul will act. So this is both. If you have the strength of the sanskar depends whether you are evolving yourself as per your inherent sanskaras, which are the strongest one, or that ecosystem is going to influence you. If you are going to be attracted, you will go there. Just like the soul is attracted towards this material world, it will take birth. If the soul strives to attract towards the Brahman, it will attain moksha, it will attain divinity. So both way the process is there. There's no fixed system is there. Now the another question is there, question on dharma. How does dharma at individual level navigate and transcend the trajectory of sanskaras, gunas and karma to be corrective and purifying force? Dharma Shastra is the guiding principle. So, if you will follow the Dharma Shastra while doing acts in all your social behavior, your individual behavior, so that will certainly have impact on your sanskaras. As I told and defined many times, what is sanskar? Whatever we think, whatever we do, the company of the people we keep, whatever we eat, the environment we are going to live, it is going to have an impact in on our minds, and that impact is known as sanskaras. So you have different type of sanskaras. Suppose you have 40% of bad sanskaras or 30% of good sanskaras. But through your efforts, if you start increasing the percentage of good sanskaras, then good sanskaras will accede to the bad sanskaras, and this is how you can bring change in your sanskaras and purify your knowledge or modify your life. You can advance yourself. Is there any significance or logic in the sequencing of four Vedas? Yes, some logic has been applied, because without logic, neither this universe has been created, because there is no randomness in the universe. Law is there. So similar logic has also been applied in the Vedas. In this universe, you will find three types of energies are there. One is solar energy, another is the field energy, intermediate space are there, na? And one is the energy existing in planets, because three systems are there, either stars are there or planets are there or this intermediate space is there. So this energy has been divided into three spaces. So similarly, Vedas, they are also classified as Rig Veda, Yajurveda, and Samved, means dealing with that solar energy or vibrations of the universe. Yajurved means dealing with this intermediate space energy or the field energy, and Rigved means geothermal energy, energy of the planets. In Yaska, Yask says that Agni is the energy of Prithvi Sthaniya. Earth-based energy is known as Agni. This field-based energy is known as Vayu, and sun-based energy is known as Aditya. So these three seers, Agni, Vayu and Aditya, they also named themselves as Agni, Vayu and Aditya as per these three Vedas, and fourth Ved is Atharva Ved, because these three energies, they are associated with the creation of universe. Then for the soul, who is going to come in this universe, who is going to do its action in society through this political system, through social system, that Veda is known as Atharva Veda. So based upon all these four systems, these four Vedas are there. Okay, and after that, and now she is also asking a question: what is the significance of the number 4 as per the total number of Vedas? This is only the significance. There are 4 Vedas, other significance is not there, because this whole creation is bound in 4 ways. one of these jivas, then the energy system, this matter, energy existing in solar system, energy existing mid-space, and energy existing in planets. So the earth also has energy, planetary, the geothermal. Suppose the whole of the energy of earth is emitted, then earth will become a barren planet. Nothing will evolve on it. Just like the Mars is also a barren planet, the moon is the barren planet. Earth, the life on the earth is because of the permutation and combination of solar energy as well as geothermal energy. One full sukta of Atharva Veda is based upon talks about the geothermal energy, how this permutation and combination of both is sustaining life on the earth. So now the hello fellow seeker, how do you understand the meaning and learning Vedas? Namaste ji, Bhogal. Acha. Sindhu Bhogal, he has written, I suppose that starting point would be the name Veda, knowledge. He is very much right. Veda means knowledge itself. So it stands to reason that unlike other faiths, ours is based on structured pursuit of knowledge. You know, our country, our culture is Jnana Pradhana. Jnana Pradhana means until and unless you have the valid knowledge, you cannot survive in the universe. Just like, I'll give you a small example. We live in a house. Suppose you are going to occupy a new house, then the gyan of that house, the knowledge of that house is required. Where the water system is there, plumbing system is there, where the doors, windows are there, where the kitchen is there. Suppose if you don't know anything how to operate the kitchen, plumbing, this electricity in that house, can you live in that house? You can't. Similarly, we are living in this universe. So we must have the knowledge of the universe also. What are the rules that are operating in this universe? How can we survive? How can we maintain our life, status quo in this universe? If you don't know, if you will not know all these things, then you will no longer be surviving as a human being. So we are jnana pradhana. So Ved means knowledge. Knowledge of what? The entire universe. Knowledge of Brahman, knowledge of soul, knowledge of this material world. So that is why this jnana is required here. The subject matter of Vedas are further unpacked in Brahmanas. No doubt Brahmanas are the explanations. Aranyak and Upanishads is the final one. It will lead you to the moksha. So there is no difference, means there is a systematic evolution, we can say, of the knowledge starting from Ved is going to give you the information of this entire creation. Then Brahmanas, they will take you further up. They will explain this information, and Aranyak, they will tell you now you leave this grihast and starts moving to your final objective. And Upanishad just talk about that. Shad Darsanas, I also explained this Shad Darsan, the subject matter of all the six Darsanas. Then concept Vedas as hybrid between an encyclopedia and academic journal. That's the analogy I use to teach our students. Yes, you can say it's it's even beyond this. It's not only the encyclopedia, it's beyond this encyclopedia also, because the encyclopedia cannot give you so much information in a condensed way. The Ved gives you the information of entire universe in a very condensed way. My apologies in class. Thank you. Then Sindhu Bhogal, my understanding, the purpose of learning is to understand the nature of the world, right? Understand your role in the world, understand the nature of life, yes, and understand the Brahman also, because he is the efficient cause. Then allows one to come to terms with the purpose of existence, dharma, from its root to uphold, then becomes benchmark by which we live in aligned with natural order. Yes, our life has to be in alignment with the ecosystem, with the nature, because this body, no doubt, the soul is not the part of this nature. Soul is the part of the Brahman because it is Chetana. But this body is the part of nature. So, this body, we shall have to maintain our body in alignment with the natural ecosystem. We are to maintain that ecosystem and we are to maintain our body as per the ecosystem. If we break that ecosystem, that is going to be fatal for us. Okay, I think most of the questions have been taken up. If something is left or you want to ask any other question based upon these or something new, you are welcome.
I see Pandit Vikrant has his hand up. Pandit Vikrant.
Yes, Vikrant ji.
धन्यवाद भाई अश्विनी जी. I'll say this in Hindi, and यदि आप उत्तर उसका इंग्लिश में दे सकते हो
जी हाँ.
तो ताकि सब समझें.
Okay.
तो ऋषि दयानंद जी ने सत्यार्थ प्रकाश में उन्होंने संस्कार विधि में भी उन्होंने 5 प्रकार के यज्ञ बताए. ब्रह्म यज्ञ, देव यज्ञ, पितृ यज्ञ, अतिथि, बलि, वैश्व देव यज्ञ. तो मैं सोच रहा था कि यज्ञ और होम के भेद क्या है, उसके अंदर भेद क्या है, और जब होम के बारे में हम चर्चा करते हैं तो विवाह संस्कार के अंदर 5 प्रकार के होम उन्होंने बताए हैं. राष्ट्रवृत, जय होम, और क्या है, अभ्यातन होम और मृत्यु दुख विमोचन होम. तो कितने प्रकार के होम है?
Actually, the yajnas, na, broadly classify yajnas, they can be classified into two categories. One is Shauta yajnas, another is Smarta yajnas, or the yajnas, those have been defined in Griha Sutras. Shauta yajna means the figurative rituals explaining some or another aspect of the creation. So that is there, just like Soma Yaga, Vajpaya Yaga, Ashwamedha Yaga, Gomedha Yaga, these are all Shrota Yajnas, and they have figurative meaning. And the Med Yaga that we perform, that is known as Griha Yagas, Griha Yajnas. And you know, in Griha Yajnas also different fires are there. 3 types of fires are there. One is Ahavaniya Agni, another is Gaharapatya Agni, and third one is Dakshina Agni. Gaharapatya, all sanskaras or the yajnas of Griha Sutras, they are performed in Gaharapatya fire. Gaharapatya fire means the fire of Grihastha life. Whatever yajna we perform, Panch Mahayajna and all these things, they belong to the sanskaras or Griha Sutras. So Panch Mahayajnas are the daily Nitya karmas. They are to be performed daily. In Brahma Yajna means the Swadhyaya, the study of the scriptures and the Vedas. Daily devote 10-15 minutes in the study of the Shastras. So there another Deva Yajna that we call as a Homa or Agni Hotra, that is Deva Yajna. For the purification of this nature we do, and this Agni Hotra is to be performed. Third one is Pitri Yajna. Pitri Yajna means taking care of our father, mother, grandfather, grandmother, elderly person in our family. That is Pitri Yajna. That is also to be performed by a Grihastha daily. And third one is, the fourth one is Atithi Yajna. Atithi means any peripatetic monk, any sannyasi, who is propagating the knowledge to the society, contributing to the society, enhancing the knowledge of the people, awareness of the people. If he comes to your house, then you take care of him, you host him pleasantly. So that is Atithi Yajna. And Bali Vaishwadev Yajna means you feed the animal beings around you, just like the dog is there in your vicinity, some cat, sometime some whatever, who the animals that you see around you, you just also offer something to feed them. That is Bali Vaishwayi Devi Yajna. So these are the five main yajnas which are nitya karmas, supposed to be done by us daily. Then the sanskaras are there. 16 sanskaras they are there, right from prenatal to that last rites. So these sanskaras, they are just a processing of a human being. Processing. How to process a human being into a divine being. Just a procedure to transform a human being into a divine being. For that purpose, these sanskaras are performed. So they are the 16 sanskaras, and it is said that Gunantara Dhyanam Sanskaram Uchyate. Inculcation of new gunas, good qualities, that is known as a sanskara. And that is why it is said, na, Janmana Jayate Shudra. Everybody is born uneducated, illiterate by birth. Sanskarair Dvij Uchyate. When he goes to the Gurukula, he gets the sanskar of education, moral, ethical values. Then he is called as a Dvija, born twice. First from mother's womb, biological, another is the spiritual birth from Guru's womb. So these sanskaras, they called as sanskaras only. Vivaha, similarly, Vivaha sanskar is there. In Vivaha sanskar also, these Panch Mahayajnas are performed by Swami Dayananda. Wants to say that you are going to become a grihastha. And as I told, it is the duty of a grihastha. Grihastha is the base of all the ashramas. Brahmacharya ashram, brahmachari, he is also based upon grihastha. Vanaprasthi is also based upon grihastha. Sannyasi is also based upon grihastha. Whatever tax and everything will be given, that will be given by grihastha, because he will be doing business. Others are not supposed to do so. So grihastha is the base of everything. Highest ashram is there, full of duties. So Swami Dayananda wants to tell, if you are entering into the grihastha life, do these nitya karmas. You are supposed to do these nitya karmas. These Panchamaha were symbolic. They were performed at the time of marriage, but they are to be performed by grihastha daily. So this is what, and other you also mentioned one or two things. I couldn't hear them properly. Whatever all these things, beside whatever all rituals were done, they are all symbolic.
Next person with their hand up is Prishaji from Germany. Prisha, please go ahead.
Thank
Yes,
you, Shri.
Prisha.
Namaste, Guruji. Guruji, I was curious actually about at what point in creation did the four rishis appear, and what infrastructure was in place to support them? Because, were they just manifested here by Brahman, and what infrastructure in the sense that they downloaded all this knowledge that we have here, and then it was passed on orally. So they had to be other scholars that were there. How does it happen when nobody had the knowledge? And where do the Sapta Rishis fit into this whole process as well?
Means, you have used a very good term, download. Today we are downloading things. So in the beginning of creation, those four seers, they downloaded this knowledge into their mind. It's similar, the same thing. From cyberspace, we are downloading these days so much information. Similarly, in the beginning of creation, those seers, they downloaded this knowledge, this information from the space of Brahman. So because this information is existing there, just like so much of information is now existing in cyberspace. So this is the similar act. So you are asking about the role of Saptarishis. Saptarishi?
Yeah, I actually want to know what infrastructure was in place for these four rishis, first of all,
Ah,
Guruji, because, I mean, if they were here,
yes.
they had
When
to be
these
something to
four
support
rishis
what
were
they were doing.
there, the entire things developed. The atmosphere conducive for the human birth was there. As I told, there was a full ozone layer, trees and everything were there. Means human beings, they are to come last as the species on the earth. So before that, whatever Udbhij, all these trees, whatever Swedas, means aqueous animals, unders animals, everything was present. And these seers, they were the last to come as compared to other species, but the first to come as compared to human species.
You see, that's really confusing me because they had to be. I understand that the whole creation, the nature, and everything was there. But, when they just sat down in the middle of a forest somewhere, this what I mean, what infrastructure was there? And as well, this knowledge had to be passed on orally. So there had to be scholars that were there to receive that. And then as well, further to that, how did the Saptarishis away and, do they
Again,
fit into this?
in Charaka Samhita, we find that in the early stage, there were some 80,000 Urdhvaritas rishis. They were born on the earth. So these Agni, Vayu, Aditya, Angira, these were the first one. Then they passed on this knowledge to the others. Not only that, these were born first. So many other people, they also came into being, but this knowledge was downloaded by them and it was passed on to them. This is how we explain it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay,
And
next person
sometimes
with your hand
the
up.
word rishi is also used to mean the stars, just like Saptarishi. The stars, they are also known as rishis. So that rishi means astronomical rishi. That is not historical rishi. So the rishi word is also used with the historical personalities as well as with the astronomical personalities. So we will have to identify which one is the historical and which one is the astronomical.
Next person with your hand up is Parul Bhardwaj ji. Parul ji, please go ahead.
Yes, Parul
हरे
ji.
कृष्णा गुरु जी प्रणाम।
Pranam.
गुरु जी मेरा पहला क्वेश्चन ये है कि जो 84 लाख ह्यूमन योनियां
हाँ
हैं उनमें से
जी
जो 4 लाख तरह की ह्यूमन बताए गए हैं तो वो
हाँ
समझ में नहीं आता है कि वो 4 लाख कैसे होते हैं। जैसे हमें पता है कि जीव जंतुओं में अलग अलग हो गया, पेड़
हम्म,
पौधों का अलग अलग हो गया, तो 4 लाख कैसे प्रकार होते हैं। और
जी
दूसरा ये है कि जो ब्रह्म ज्योति है
हम्म
और जैसे कि 14 लोक होते हैं
हम्म
धरती लोक 7वें स्थान पे है, उसके बाद ऊपर सबसे ऊपर सत्य लोक हो गया, ब्रह्म लोक।
हम्म।
तो जो ब्रह्म ज्योति का स्थान है वहां से भी आपने एक बार बताया था कि जब महाप्रलय होता है तो वो सारा सब कुछ विनाश में चला जाता है, तो जो ब्रह्म ज्योति या मोक्ष में चले जाते हैं तो वहां से भी पतन हो जाता है, इसका मतलब क्योंकि वो भी
जी
तो फिर अगर हम मोक्ष अटेन करते हैं तो फिर उससे ऊपर फिर क्या, फिर भक्ति योगी सबसे ऊपर हुआ, क्योंकि फिर मोक्ष का भी तो एक कभी ना कभी वहां ब्रह्म ज्योति में जाके भी तो पतन हो ही जाता है।
बिल्कुल
तो वो
बिल्कुल ठीक है आपका प्रश्न। देखिए, सिंपल है। एक तो जो 84 लाख योनियों की बात है ना, वो 84 लाख स्पीशीज हैं और मनुष्यों की जो स्पीशीज है ना, ऐसा उस 84 लाख में ऐसा नहीं है कि मान लो उस 84 लाख में जैसे कोई एक मछली है, मछली की जितनी भी अन्य प्रजातियां हैं वो एक ही मानी गई है। उसमें ये नहीं है कि भी मछली 1000 प्रकार की मछली हैं, तो वो जो 1000 प्रकार की मछली भी 84 में 1000 मछली प्रकार माने जाएंगे। मछली की एक स्पीसीज है तो एक ही है। मनुष्य की एक स्पीसीज है तो वो एक ही है, वो 4 लाख नहीं है, उसका फर्दर डिवीजन नहीं है। स्पीसीज का मतलब एक हाथी है तो कोई हाथी की अलग अलग प्रजातियां हैं, तो वो सारी जो है उसको एक ही प्रजाति माना जाएगा। वो ऐसा नहीं है कि 84 लाख में वो जो सब डिवीजन है वो भी 84 लाख में आते हैं, ऐसा नहीं है। दूसरे, जो मोक्ष है, जैसे आपने कहा कि 14 लोक है, पृथ्वी से ऊपर 7 हैं और पृथ्वी के नीचे 7 हैं। पृथ्वी के ऊपर जो 7 है ना, भू भुव स्व महाजन तप सत्यम, ऐसे 7 लोक हैं। ये मटेरियल जो वर्ल्ड है ना, जो दृश्यमान विजिबल जो यूनिवर्स है, ये इसकी बात है। ऐसे ही पृथ्वी के नीचे 7 लोक, पृथ्वी के जो नीचे 7 है ना, अतल वितल सुतल तलातल आका और पाताल करके, वो ऐसा नहीं कि पृथ्वी ग्रह के नीचे है, क्योंकि पृथ्वी तो इस ब्रह्मांड में लटकी हुई है। इस पृथ्वी पे ही जैसे भारत को ले और पृथ्वी को 7 भागों में बांट के हम नीचे वाले पोर्शन में पहुंच जाए, उत्तरी ध्रुव से दक्षिणी ध्रुव में, तो इस प्रकार से इस पृथ्वी का 7 प्रकार का विभाजन, और इस पृथ्वी से ऊपर जो पूरा ब्रह्मांड है वो 7 प्रकार का है। तो ये 14 जो भुवन है, या जो 14 भुवनों का जो ब्रह्मांड है, ये इस प्रकार की कल्पना है। अब जो है ब्रह्म कहाँ रहता है? ब्रह्म का भी एक आकाश है, उसको हम चिदाकाश बोलते हैं। उसमें क्या है कि वो जो ब्रह्म का आकाश है ना, ये जो हमारा भूताकाश है जिसमें पंच भौतिक जगत है ना, इससे भी बाहर एक आवरण है पूरा, और उसके अंदर ये भूताकाश विराजमान है। जब ये सृष्टि समाप्त होती है तो ये भूताकाश में जो हलचल ये है सब समाप्त हो जाएगी। भूताकाश कैसे बना? जो एनर्जी पार्टिकल्स है ना, जब वो एक्टिवेट होते हैं तो वो पार्टिकल एक्टिवेट होके एक अपना आकाश बना लेते हैं। तो ये तो पंचभूतों का आकाश है, तो इसमें सारी जीव जंतु ये सारी सृष्टि चलती है। और जब सृष्टि समाप्त होती है तो क्या है, वो जो मोशन है ना पार्टिकल्स में, वो खत्म हो जाती है। तो धीरे धीरे ये भूताकाश समाप्त होके ये वही जो ब्रह्माकाश है उसमें विलीन हो जाता है। अब प्रश्न ये है कि वो मोक्ष प्राप्त करता है। मोक्ष व्यक्ति जब प्राप्त करता है तो मोक्ष कैसे प्राप्त करता है? वो एफर्ट करता है। मोक्ष प्राप्ति के लिए भी शरीर की आवश्यकता है। बिना शरीर के तो मोक्ष प्राप्त हो नहीं सकता, क्योंकि उसके बारे में कहा ना, मन एव कारणम बंध मोक्षयो। जो मनुष्य का जो मन है ये प्रकृति से ही बना है। ये मनुष्य के बंधन का और मोक्ष का दोनों का कारण है। अब बंधन होगा तो क्यों होगा? कि क्यों मन में जो बाह्य जगत है ना, मटेरियल वर्ल्ड है, इसकी इंफॉर्मेशन ये संकलित कर लेता है। तो जब संसार की इंफॉर्मेशन इसमें आ जाएगी तो ये संसार में रहेगा। और जब संसार की इंफॉर्मेशन को रिक्त कर दे ये मन, हम अपने अभ्यास से, और ब्रह्म की इंफॉर्मेशन ले लें, तो सिंपली है हम मोक्ष में रहेंगे। मोक्ष में रहने का मतलब भी क्या है? देखो, आत्मा तो ट्रैवल करता नहीं, आत्मा में कोई पावर नहीं, आत्मा तो जहां पर पड़ा है वहीं पर पड़ा है। आत्मा जो ट्रैवल करता है ना, वो कहाँ कैसे करता है? वो सूक्ष्म शरीर के द्वारा। ये जो मन है ना, मन की गति बहुत तेज है, मन ही आत्मा को ट्रैवल कराता है। और जब आत्मा मृत्यु के बाद एक शरीर से दूसरे शरीर में भी जाता है, तो ये जो सूक्ष्म शरीर है जिसमें मन बुद्धि अहंकार बोलते हैं, और इसका इकट्ठा नाम मन है, ये मन ही आत्मा को लेके इसका जो नेक्स्ट डेस्टिनेशन है वहां लेके जाता है। और क्यों लेके जाता है? क्योंकि मन में इंफॉर्मेशन है तो उसके अनुसार ले जाता है। जब मन में बाह्य जगत की इंफॉर्मेशन रही नहीं तो आत्मा वहीं पर है, वहीं पर उसका मोक्ष है, उसका जन्म नहीं हो रहा है। और जब जन्म नहीं हो रहा, और जब ये जो भूताकाश है ये ब्रह्माकाश में विलीन हो जाएगा, तो सभी देखो, प्रलय के समय तो सभी आत्माएं, चाहे मरण धर्मा है या चाहे मोक्ष के, ब्रह्माकाश में ही है। परंतु जब सृष्टि होगी। तो जो आत्मा मोक्ष की है वो ब्रह्माकाश में रहेगी। मतलब ये जो एक आवरण है ना, भौतिक आकाश जो है, इसके बियॉन्ड जो ब्रह्माकाश है, मोक्ष की आत्मा वहां स्थिर हो जाएगी, वहां आनंदमय है। वो सब देखता भी है, देख उसका अपना एग्जिस्टेंस है। पर वो जन्म क्यों लेगी? जैसे आपने एक नई कार खरीद ली, आत्मा का आत्मा आत्मा अपने आप में तो प्योर स्पिरिचुअल नेचर है, परंतु उसका जो सूक्ष्म शरीर है जिसमें मन बुद्धि अहंकार है, ये तो प्रकृति का बना हुआ है, और ये हमेशा आत्मा के साथ अटैच है, एटर्नल है, ये अलग नहीं होता है। अब प्रकृति की चीज में हम क्या देखते हैं? मान लो आपने एक नई चीज खरीद ली, प्रकृति की नई कार खरीद ली, आपने कभी चलाया नहीं, 15 साल तक खड़ी रख दी। उसके बाद भी जो प्राकृतिक चीज है ना, उसमें डीजनरेशन स्टार्ट हो जाता है, वो फिर डेप्रिशिएट होने लग जाएगी, वो भी खत्म हो जाएगी, चाहे आप यूज करें या न करें। तो ऐसे ही जब आत्मा मोक्ष में है, तो इसका जो सूक्ष्म शरीर था वो डल पड़ा रहा, उसने कुछ किया नहीं, तो धीरे धीरे वो भी डेप्रिशिएट हो जाता है। उसमें कुछ इंफॉर्मेशन, अहम भाव जैसे वो चीजें पैदा होने लगती हैं, उसका मटेरियल जो अंश है ना, वो उभरने लगता है, और जो ही वो उभरेगा, आत्मा फिर मटेरियल संसार में आ जाती है। अब प्रश्न ये है कि जब आत्मा मोक्ष में जाके वापिस आया, तो ये सारा प्रयत्न क्यों करे? क्वेश्चन तो ये भी तो उचित है ना। अरे भाई, जब मोक्ष से भी वापिस आना, तो फिर क्यों दुखी हुए? दुखी इसलिए होना है कि अगर आप ये प्रयत्न मोक्ष की तरफ जाने का नहीं करोगे ना, तो फिर नीचे की जो योनियां है ना, उसमें चले जाओगे। इसलिए उसको बचाने के लिए अब क्या है, आप जब सोचेंगे भाई मैं 90% नंबर लूँ, स्टूडेंट ये टारगेट बना के चलेगा, जब जाके 60-70 तो आ ही जाते हैं। और आप सोचे यार क्या जरूरत है, पास पास हो जाओ, तो पास नहीं होता, फिर तो फेल ही होता है, नीचे निम्न योनियों में जाना ही जाना पड़ेगा। और वहाँ जो भोग है ना, आप देखते हैं ना, कोई किसी को काट रहा है, बकरी को काट रहा है, बड़ी मछली छोटी मछली को खा रही है, कई मक्खी है, वो जो नरक योनियां हैं, उनसे बचने के लिए आत्मा को प्रयत्न करते रहना पड़ेगा। जरूरी नहीं कि आप मोक्ष में जाओ, मोक्ष के भी दो प्रकार हैं, जीवन मुक्त है और विदेह मुक्त है। जैसे कृष्ण जैसे लोग हैं वो जीवन मुक्त है, मतलब आप अपना अहम रखो भाई, इंडिविजुअल में रहूं, तो आप जन्म भी लेते रहो और डिवाइन पावर भी रहेंगी। और आप बिल्कुल विदेह मुक्त होना चाहते हैं भाई, आप बिल्कुल अपना अहम जो इंडिविजुअल आइडेंटिटी है उसको हम समाप्त कर दें, तो वो जो ब्रह्म का आकाश है उसमें हम लीन हो जाएंगे, और उसमें तब तक रहेंगे जब तक नेक्स्ट सृष्टि नहीं होती है। क्योंकि देखो, जब ईश्वर सृष्टि पैदा करेगा ना, नई सृष्टि बनाएगा, तो उसमें तो सबको एक बार आना ही पड़ेगा ना नीचे। फिर जो जो मोक्ष के लोग हैं वो तुरंत फिर मोक्ष में चले जाएंगे, कोई जरूरी नहीं यहाँ रहेंगे। परंतु जब एक बार रिलीज करेगा सारे सिस्टम को, तो सबको, चाहे मोक्ष में है चाहे नहीं है, वो तुरंत आएगा, और वो ज्ञान दे के लोगों को फिर मोक्ष में चला जाएगा। तो वो मोक्ष वाला तो मोस्टली मोक्ष में रहेगा ही, जब तक वो इस जगत में अट्रैक्ट ना हो। तो उसमें कोई मोक्ष में जाना और आगे पुनः जाने में भी कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है। जैसे अब प्रधानमंत्री बना, हटके एक बार शपथ खत्म करके दोबारा बन गया, तो बात तो वही है। थोड़ी देर आया। हाँ, जिसको नहीं बनना तो वो नीचे आ जाएगा, वो आपके एफर्ट्स पे है।
जी गुरु जी, तो इससे ये कंक्लूड हुआ कि हम ब्रह्म ज्योति में जाके भी डिजायर करते हैं, यही फ्री विल का कॉन्सेप्ट है, वहां पे भी इच्छा नहीं खत्म होती। इसीलिए भगवत गीता के 15th चैप्टर में एक श्लोक है कि मनसष्टानि इंद्रियाणि प्रकृति स्थान कर्षति।
हम्म।
तो इसका
वो बिल्कुल भगवत गीता में ये जो श्लोक है ना, वो यही कहता है, पांच इंद्रिय और मन, ये छह हो गए ना, ये सब प्रकृति के बने हुए हैं। और देखिए, ब्रह्म ज्योति में आप गए, ब्रह्म में आप लीन हुए, वहां वहां भी एक इच्छा थी ना आपकी, तभी तो आप ब्रह्म में, ब्रह्म प्राप्ति की इच्छा थी। देखो, इच्छा तो हर समय बनी रहेगी ना। एक इच्छा है कि भौतिक जगत में रहने की, जब जब तक आपकी इच्छा नहीं होगी मोक्ष की, तो आप मोक्ष नहीं प्राप्त कर सकते। तो इच्छा तो वहां थी वो, पर वो मोक्ष की इच्छा थी। पर जब आप मोक्ष में चले जाएंगे ना, तब तो सब इच्छाओं का अंत हो जाता है, आप वहीं पर आनंद करते हो। फिर तो आप वो ऐसा स्थान है, जैसे आप ध्यान लगाओ, कई बार है ना, ध्यान लगाएंगे तो आप ऐसी स्टेज में पहुंचेंगे, आपको पता ही नहीं भी, आपका मुंह भी है, नाक भी, आप आराम से स्थिर है। वहां कोई इच्छा नहीं है मोक्ष में। मोक्ष में जाने तक तो इच्छा थी, परंतु मोक्ष में जाकर के इच्छा नहीं है। इच्छा जब आएगी जब आप इस जगत में आ जाएंगे, शरीर धारण करेंगे।
Okay, we'll take a last question from Pandit Vikrantji. Pandit Vikrant.
Thank you, Bhai Ashwini ji. This was just to clarify, Acharya ji. So you had spoken about the home, and I think you alluded to, from what I understood, was that the 16 sanskars can also be considered home. So you'd have Vivaha home, and within those home, you have like Abhyatan home, Mrityu Dukh Vimochan home, Jai home. All those homes they're part of the sanskars. And so my question is, how many homas are there in total? And, where would we find this information if somebody was asking, okay, which home should we perform? And how should we go about doing it?
Actually, all these 16 sanskaras, they cannot be called as home. They are sanskaras, but these sanskaras are performed with the help of certain homas. Just like Panch Mahayajna is done. So those Panch Mahayajnas are the yajnas, but these 16 sanskaras, they are known as sanskaras themselves. Just like, and whatever these all yajnas, these all yajnas or karmas, they have been divided into 4 types. One is kamya karmas, kamya karma, kamya yajna, just like putreshti, varsheshti. If you perform a havan or a home with some, for the fulfillment of some of your desire, that is known as kamya karma. Suppose you are doing home for getting rain. So put ishti, that is varshishti. You have done home just to beget a child, that is putreshti. So that is known as kamya karmas. And sometime another type of home or karma is naimittik karmas. You are doing some karma for some nimitta, due to some reason, just like you have performed a home for your birthday, to celebrate your birthday. That is Naimittika Homa, because you have performed it on the occasion of your birthday. So whatever home is done during marriage and all these things, those are known as Naimittika Yajnas. All sanskaras, they are classified into the Naimittik homas or Naimittik yajnas. And one home is Nitya Karma. Nitya Karma, as I told. Nitya means you are to perform it daily without any desire, without any selfish motive. Those are Pancha Mahayajnas. So sometime in some sanskaras, some of the Pancha Mahayajnas are also done, but they have become the part of that Naimittik Yajnas. And last one is prohibited, Nishiddha Karmas. The yajnas or whatever karmas prohibited by Shastra. So in Bhagavad Gita also the same concept has been clarified. Krishna says, Kamyanam karmanam nyasam sannyasam. Whatever kamya karmas are there, the karmas done with some desire, abandoning those karmas is known as sannyasa. So a sannyasi is not supposed to do any yajnas. No yajna he will do, because most of the yajnas, they are done with some kamanas. Till vanaprasthi, these panchamahayajnas are to be done, but a sannyasi is not supposed to do that. So kamya karma, nitya karma, naimittika karma, all these sanskaras, they are known as nitya karmas, And whatever Pancha Mahayajnas are performed there, they also become the Nitya Karmas. When with the Nitya Karma you associate your desire, that becomes Kamya Karma. That will no longer be the Nitya Karma. Just like I am performing daily Agnihotra. And while performing that Agnihotra, I think that, oh, I should become prosperous, my family should enjoy, I will get this or that. This with this type of kamana, if you will do that yajna, that will become karma yajna. No longer that will remain as nitya karma. If you are taking care of mother, father and all these things, because you will get prosperity, you will be blessed by them, then that will become the karma karma. And when you take care of them as your duty, because it is your duty, so you are doing it, that is nitya karma. So this type of difference is there. So whether you perform some ishti, in fact, the nitya karma, the kamya karmas, they are called as ishti. Ishti means a home done with some ichha, done with some desire. So if you do some ishti, that I should live long life, some do mrityunjay homa, all these things, they are different ishtis we are doing.
Dhanyavad, Acharya. And
Yeah.
can you mention then where would we find all these homas? How many are there in total? And I'm assuming that they would be in the Griha Sutras.
You know, so far as our Griha Sutras are concerned, there are only 16 sanskaras plus Pancha Mahayajnas. So you can say 21 in Griha Sutras. And so far as the Shota Yajnas are there, they are also around 21, because some Somyagas are 7 types, then Vajpayee Yaga and so many other things are there. But whatever we are supposed to do, they are mostly this one. Then Ishtis are there, Varshishti, Putrakameshti. So you can say some 23, 24, 25 types are there. But you can increase if you have some other wish or desire you want to perform. You can do. Now people are doing Vishwashanti Yajna. This is their own concept. Everybody is doing his own way. So, because while doing yajna, we can express our desire, we can pray to the Brahman, and we can express our desire also. You can convert that Nitya Homa or Nitya Karma into the Kamya Karma.
Dhanyavad ji.
Okay, with that, we will end today. Thanks for your participation and see you next week. Namaste.
Okay,
Namaste.